Dear twin flame souls out there, welcome to the Twin Flame Awakening Journey podcast, and today is an episode 70. Welcome back, and those of you who have missed me, hit the like button or leave a little comment, and those of you who haven't, still you can hit the like button and leave a comment. Anyways, I am back from the retreat. And today we are going to discuss about the ultimate test, or to really how to know that you are on this journey. The last weekend retreat was so eye-opening to me and gave me so much confidence and realization of who is really on this journey and who is not. And how do we make a difference? Who is a real twin flame? Who is trying to convince themselves that they are on this journey, such as a limerence, or maybe they have met their karmic or soulmate, and how to make a difference in between all of that. So for that, I was so thankful that I organized this retreat and had so many beautiful souls on this retreat, because we were all able to witness within our own eyes who is really on this journey and who is not. And that's okay too when you are not on this journey, because that will give you the freedom to move on and open yourself for the next possible things in this life, or next possible love. And all about the retreat, what happened there and how was it, I have a special episode, and it will be only available on Patreon. So if you would like to listen, how was the retreat, what did we do, and how did we do things, you can listen this on a Patreon. It's out there. I will bring in few examples from the retreat itself, so you can get an overview. How did I come up with an understanding who is on this journey and who is not on this journey, and who really true twin flames are. And I'm talking of the true twin flames, not the where we're trying to convince that we are on this journey. And I'm also going to say to all of you who are listening, make yourself, if you would like to have an inner peace, inner love, and feel connected with your higher self, make yourself this investment this year. Stop spending money on tarot readers, stop spending money on fortune tellers or so-called witches or anybody who promises that they will bring back your twin flame. Stop doing this today and start practicing everything I share with you. During the twin flame retreat, I noticed that many of us are in our heads. We have the information, but we don't practice it. And when we need to practice what I'm telling you, it gets uncomfortable and our ego comes up of saying, why should I do this? Why it will benefit me? And this was something that I'm just going to say is one of the number one indicators that you are on this journey. So take your time today and come with me to realize and discover whether you are on this journey or not. Right before I'm going to dive into this, I'm just going to say, again, the consultation calls are now available. Channeling calls are now back on track. So if you feel that you really need to find your inner peace, then you can feel free to book. All of the links are in bio, twinflameawakeningjourney.com, and I'm looking forward to meet you. So let's start. How do you know that you are on this twin flame journey? Number one, your twin flame, the other person, but your energy, your higher self. You are the same. You are the same essence. You have just split into twos, but you're the same essence. Will trigger intense craving to connect with your higher self. It's no longer about that person as much as it's about for you to discover, who the heck am I? What kind of powers do I have, and where I'm going to take from here? Yes, in the beginning, it feels like it's about this other person. And it is, in that sense, about the other person, because you have met you. You have met the true self of yours. But for years and years and years, you have been somebody else. You have built an ego that is somebody else than your higher self. That's why I often say that when I do channeling and I go and see your higher self, it's always very different than your ego self or the one you even look as an avatar. It's very, very different. I have never come across who looks exactly the same. And I believe that's going to happen when you're going to align with your higher self. And so now what's going to happen is you want to start finding of who you really are. But it feels like you can only be this when you are with your twin flame. But the truth is, you are already your twin flame. You are you. You are connected from the essence. You are your higher self, but you need to leave everything else behind. And that's why when I've been telling to you, you need to meditate. I meditate about 3-4 hours a day. You need to connect with your higher self and listen what your higher self is telling you. You need to, let's say, for example, if you cannot connect with your higher self, practice everything that I'm telling you, such as breath work, such as sound healing, yoga, kundalini. We have done girls here, vipassana. All of these things will help you to go within. Silence has a power. And that's why many of us do not like to sit down for hours in silence. We get so-called bored because we are not connected to our higher self. Your higher self is a being in that sense. Yes, it's not visible, but it's a being. And it has so much information for you, and it tells you who you are. But when you are disconnected from your true, authentic self, it's difficult to hear and difficult to listen, and often we don't want to listen because our ego is there to protect us. So I'm just going to say that the number one indicator that you are really on this journey, and it's not about so-called love story, and I'm not saying that you cannot be with your twin flame. I'm not saying this at all. But the number one thing is you want to connect with your higher self. You want to connect with your true essence. You want to see what is your purpose, and you want to be and serve the world. And if your twin flame, in a sense of coming back in the life with this, that's great too. That's absolutely fantastic. But it will not come before you're going to be your higher self. And I'm just going to bring in an example that many of us who were on that retreat, one way or another, especially after our breathwork session, heard from their twin flame. And I'm just going to bring, many of us have been asking, what is my relationship with my twin flame? I have said that I have chosen to be with my wonderful soulmate. And many of those who were on a retreat and coming to talk about this on our Sunday group session, they had a chance to meet my soulmate. And they had a chance to see how wonderful we are together. And then the question is, but why you're not with your twin flame if it's such an ultimate love? Well, I am with my twin flame because I am my twin flame. I am the same. I am the same essence. I'm never separated from my twin flame. I am the same. But it does not mean that I, in a sense, have to have a physical relationship with my twin flame in order to be my twin flame. And I'm not saying that this is the case for everybody. And I don't want to force you to take my perspective and my way of living with you. But I'm just going to say to you that if you are going to stay stuck with an idea that you'll be only happy when you have this person in your life without believing that this person is already you and your life and experiencing it, because you are so connected, you're more connected than you ever think of. Yes, my energy decided to be in another person's energy. It's me. It's literally me. And that's why there is so much love towards it. But what I do not like and what I do not agree with is when we degrade other loves alongside with that. Every love is special. Every love. the way we love our mothers, the way we love our fathers, the way we love our brothers and sisters, the way we love our friends. Every love is special. There is no such a thing that one love is way over others. But yes, love to yourself, love to your true essence is beyond, because you need to love yourself. During the retreat, it was very quickly, and that's what I like about it. I'm just going to say, save your money for the next retreat that is coming end of this year. You can already imagine the date that I have picked for that. Save yourself the money to experience who is really on this journey and who is not. Because on a retreat, everybody were able to identify. When I spoke to, I said, who do you think who is not? And everybody were able to identify who is not on this journey. And it's just the energy. It's just the energy. There are no words needed. You would just know. And you will also leave that retreat with a very different knowing now. Do you understand? Oh, I'm not on that tribe. I'm not part of that. And that's okay too, because it gives you the freedom and liberation. But when you constantly feed yourself the information that you are not, you're just holding yourself back of letting the love to come to your life. Of course, it will upset your ego, because truth is always something that we don't like to hear or see or experience. Truth is something that is hard sometimes, but necessary in this world. I will talk about all in detail on the other podcast episode that is only available for Patreon listeners. So I'm just going to say that, and then coming back to how do I say that your twin flame would know and is always connected. First of all, with the breathwork session what we had, you were able to connect with your higher self. At least I am very quickly able to connect. And funny enough that when I ended the retreat, I came home and there was a lot of energies for me to handle. I'm going to be very honest. It was one of the most difficult things I've ever done to myself, because I've said, for me to be in an environment where I hear gossip, where I hear negative, low vibrational words, where the actions are not in intention of love, is very, very difficult. I'm not going to lie. Normally, I would walk away. If I hear anybody gossiping, I would walk away. If I hear anybody using words that are absolutely low vibrational, that is trying to drag me down, I would not stay into that conversation. But it was a challenge for me how to know how to hold my higher self up there, how to hold my energy up there. So it required enormous amount of strength from my energy to stay there. And again, I'm going to just say that here is another thing to know whether you are on this journey or not. What's your language and what's your actions? If you walk around with an understanding that everybody owes you something, everybody has to do things for you, and nothing is working out for you because other people are bad, because other people, then I'm just going to say to you, you're most probably not on this journey. And that's okay too. But when you realize that you have to take the responsibility in your own hands, because everything in your life is based on your reality, then you most probably are on this journey, because you have received the love energy that has ignited you to become a better person, to serve this world and connect with your higher self. And yes, if your twin flame comes through back to you because of that, that's absolutely fantastic, and if that's what you desire. But if your constant idea is that I'll be only happy if my twin flame will be next to me, I will only feel this love when my twin flame is next to me, I will only do this when my twin flame is next to me, you're most probably not on this journey, or you haven't figured out who is twin flame. Twin flame is you, and you're always connected. Every single piece of you is connected, and you can create the same love, but you need to practice. Without practicing meditation, without practicing the breath work, without continuing the spiritual awakening work, you will never have the results. I'm sorry to say that, but that's how it is. I also, in that sense, it was so discovering for me that I have been very patient and very open because I haven't had the, in a sense of, in my real eyes of seeing who is and who is not the real twin flame. And after this retreat, I am now able to see that. And that has given me enormous amount of power, or enormous amount of feeling and power with that, of knowing, okay, I would just stop from there where I see that I'm sorry, but you're not on this journey. You have a long way to go. Twin flames are pure love, and twin flames act on a pure love, and twin flames radiate love. And once you find this within yourself, you are already in a union, because separation is just an illusion. It's just an illusion you're creating for yourself because you don't believe and you do not trust. And this is the next thing. You don't, first of all, even believe that you deserve this love, and you don't trust that this love is coming back to you. And right before I'm going to dive into this, I'm just going to finish the one what I said before, that those who were on the retreat were able to hear from their twin flame, one form or another. And when you were asking about what kind of relationship I have with my twin, I always say I have very, very friendly relationship. My twin flame, of course, does not like the answer I have given to him. It is very difficult for him, but he will know one day why is it like that. Because I'll be unable to make him in so-called 3D happy, and he needs to experience. But I would never, ever cut off a relationship in that sense with my twin flame, because my twin flame is me. And I'm staying in a very amicable relationship. He is so-called my guide. The higher self is my guide. And what happened was very funny. On Sunday, I came home, was very busy, and I lied down and I had my meditation, and I was just there. And then all of a sudden, I received a message, and it's been a quite, I wouldn't say a long time, because, I mean, we share some information time to time. And I received a message just like that. I don't know why, but I had to tell you that I'm so proud of you. And I started laughing, because he had no idea that I had organized a retreat or any of these kind of things. And I was just sitting, and I said, you know actually why, and that's okay too. And he was like, what do you mean? I said, you know actually why. And I said, thank you so much. Thank you, it means the world to me. So as you can see, you're always connected, even though, I mean, there is no such a thing like cord cutting, or there is no such a thing as running away from each other, or there is no such a thing as it's going to end. It's never going to end. But how the life is going to go, that's totally up to the life, and that's totally up to the situation. But if you are really on this journey, this energy, this will never die, because it's your higher self. It's you. You have to understand, your twin flame is you. It's like your guide of making this world a better place, to bring love. I've said that over and over and over again. The Mother Earth needs love. And when we were on a retreat, you can really see who is there for the selfish reasons. Because I want, because I need, this person has to obey me, this person has to love me, this is how I want. That's not twin flame. That's how simple it is. That's not a twin flame. And I think it's okay. I see on the internet we have a lot of information out there that is, I'm just going to again say that it's going to take you on a wrong path. It's going to hold you back of yourself, of who you really are. And even for me to tell this right now, it can trigger for you like, how come she says that? And how come? But we were able to witness this with our own eyes. That's why I'm so thankful that I did this retreat. And I'm going to continue this, even though on Saturday morning when I woke up, I said, I will never do this again. I will never do this again, because it was energetically very difficult for me to be in an environment, like I said, where I hear low vibrational words. I always say to everybody, watch your language. Your language, everything you spoke out will be your reality, everything. Everything you do when you gossip because it makes you feel better, that's going to be your reality. And I'm just so sorry to say that. So these kind of little habits will hold you back of becoming your higher self because they are low vibration. They hold you. And overall of the whole retreat, you can see that those who are light, who are already reaching towards their awareness, the love, the openness, they don't stay on that low vibration. And light always will win over darkness, always. And you always have to believe that you are the light. Even if the darkness comes, you are the light in the darkness. And never give yourself into darkness, because darkness is strong too, very strong. But never give yourself up for that. And within this retreat, I really realized how much work I have to do. And how much work I have to put out there in order for you to reach to the love and light. And I'm going to tell you, your twin flame will love you even more when you are the love and light. There is no way that your twin flame will deny the connection. There's no way. But if you are not, then that's okay too. And now coming back to the trust and belief. This is something very important. Very, very important. And again, I'm going to say, those of you, start saving up your money today. The new retreat is coming, and it will be life-changing for you to know if you are on this journey or you are not. Number one, the trust and believe what we did. On Friday, when it was Shivaratri, I made everybody to fast. I said, you're not eating today, because when we are not eating, the true self of ours is coming out. So I'm just going to say again, if you have a chance to do fasting, do fasting. You will really discover a lot about yourself, of who you are. Because if the food is taken away from us, whether we have a self-awareness or not, we'll come through that. And I'm just going to say what happened. The whole day we did not eat. We had meditation practices, and I encouraged everybody to meditate as much as possible. Obviously, again, I'm going to say those who are on this journey were able to meditate longer. Those who were not didn't even bother. That's how simple it is. And I made many uncomfortable things for them to do in order to find who they really are, and the trust that I can do it, the trust that I have it. In the evening, when we were supposed to have our first meal, everybody grabbed their food, and the food was right in front of them. And I said, right now, before we're going to eat, we're going to take a 2-3 minutes prayer. But since everybody was so impatient already, because they were so afraid that this food is going to disappear. And then I corrected myself, which I regretted afterwards. I said, okay, 2-3 seconds to take a moment. And when I went home afterwards, it was my biggest regret. Because on that time, when we were supposed to wait for another 2-3 minutes to give a prayer to the food, to connect with the food, what we're going to eat inside of us, because remember, food is the energy, what you're eating. What happened was that many of us were so wanting this right now, right here, and being in so much fear that I will not have that food if I have to wait another 2-3 minutes. It's like, I want this now. And this is teaching us two things. You don't trust the divine timing. You don't trust that you already have this love in front of you, and you can have it anytime, any place. You can just observe it. You can just feel it. You can just imagine it. But you are already in a state of fear that it's going to go away. And same is with twin flames. The love is right in front of you. The love is right next to you. The love is always with you. But you don't trust and believe that you deserve this love. You don't trust, because if you have to wait another more minute, then it means that this love is not real and it's not coming to you. This is exactly the world we are living in. We're living in a world things has to happen now. But actually things are happening right now, right here, nowhere else. They're happening right in front of you, because there is no past, future. Again, those of you who haven't read The Power of Now, read The Power of Now. and start practicing the power of now. Here is another big thing. We read books, we connect, and you even listen to my podcast, which I'm so thankful that you do. But you don't practice. You don't practice what you hear. And of course, from here on, my group sessions and everything will change because I will start putting out the workshops of practicing, of becoming your higher self. And I'm just going to say that only you becoming your higher self will bring your twin flame physically back in your life. Only you becoming your higher self. You can have them back in one way or another of blocking and unblocking and all of that, but it will never work. And that's how it is. Only for you to become your higher self, your twin flame will come back, because your twin flame is you. And what it wants right now is you to be a higher self. So you need to start trust and believing that it's already here. You're already feeling. You have to connect your heart with your mind. The information you have in your mind from listening to me or others, now connect with your heart and start feeling that it's already here. You're already having, and the more you practice that, and so-called faster it will become. Because you have to understand that the light always follows, in that sense, the light goes ahead and you're following up the light. Everything that you say out, which is why I'm very strict about the words I use. Because everything you say out will create your reality, everything. If you believe that your twin flame is going to be with somebody else and love somebody else, that's what's going to happen. If you believe that your twin flame will never return, that's what's going to happen too. If you believe that you don't deserve love, that's what's going to happen too. Everything is inside of you, everything. And during the retreat, what was funny too, or haha, so funny, was able to witness how out of 13 people, everybody's doing the same exercise. Well, those who were willing to invest of doing the exercises. Those who were not, they had their own way of discovering that journey or having the realization. And I'm going to say also that those of you who are coming to the next retreat, invest in everything that is brought to you in front of you. Don't come if you come one leg in and one leg out. I will not even accept, I'm going to be very honest with that. I will not accept anybody with the 1 foot in and 1 foot out. If you come fully and you invest fully. And I was able to realize that all of these 13 people had same exercises, did the same things that everybody else, but the reality was absolutely different. So that's why I say you are the creator of your universe. You are the one who is creating the reality for yourself. And this is happening when you wonder why these bad things are happening to me, why this is happening, why I'm not feeling this, why I'm not getting the love. Well, it's time to go within. It's so easy to point on others. It's so easy to say, this person should have done this, my twin should have said that, my this and that, and all of this, and not having any patience, and not having any trust and belief that you deserve this love when the time is right. And just I like to say the Mother Earth in that sense. You know that when, for example, an apple is on a tree and it's growing, you're not picking up the apple when it's just blossoming, when it's just a flower. You're waiting when it's going to get ready. Also, you will not pick up the apple when the apple is still raw, because it doesn't taste good. And even if you do, you will not like that apple. Then you have to wait until it's ready and it pops down and you pick it up and it tastes divine. This is what is divine timing. You trust that the process there is exactly on this right time, on this right moment, that now it's great. And you really know and trust that it's happening exactly when it's ready, exactly when it's supposed to. But now when you live in a reality where you don't believe and don't trust and don't practice this love, it's going to take time. Nothing grows without love. Nothing. We have seen these experiments over and over and over again, where there can be two identical plants next to it, and for one plant you say beautiful words, encouraging words, loving words, and for another one you say negative words and you say things that will not happen, and you will see how those same two plants will grow differently and give you different fruits back. Things can only grow in love. And you are the love. You are the one already because you had a chance to meet your twin flame. Your twin flame is not another person. Your twin flame is you, truly you. And that's why it's triggering an intense spiritual awakening. That's why there is the ego death, because you've been living your life in a false illusion, in a false reality. And that's the moment where everything starts to change. And you can never, the more you try to push your twin flame away, the more you're going to say, my twin flame is like this, my twin flame is like that, my twin flame is that and this. In a negative aspect, these are the exact words you're telling to yourself, because you are your twin flame. We've heard this over and over and over again, that your twin flame is your mirror. Your twin flame is you. It shows you who you are. And these are not here the words that we need to get this into our head, into our heart, to really realize who are true twin flames, who we are. There's no point if you have met your karmic, or if you have met your soulmate, or if you have met your soul contract, or if you have met your, I don't even know, limerence in that so-called, that you're making all of this up, it's going to stop at one point. But when you are really on the twin flame journey, it will never, ever stop. And here is just another test. You would know, how do you know that you are on this twin flame journey? Just from today on, you can say, I had enough. I will no longer, for example, consume the information of twin flames. And I'm going to say to you here who are listening, and I'm not saying I'm the smartest, or I'm the best, or I know the best. I'm sharing the information that my soul is telling me and what my eyes have witnessed. You can try to say, and that's why I'm just going to say that be very, very careful of the information you're consuming. Because not every information out there is for your good. It's for someone else's good, or whether they're going to profit of it or something like that. So just be very careful of listening to your higher self. That's why connecting with your higher self is so important. Those who would like to really become their higher self, I highly recommend, you can join our community on Patreon, that you can join our group session. You can come and start the workshops that are going to come up. And of course, I'm just going to say to you, it's not going to happen within one time. It's a life investment to stay within your higher self and with your mission. And again, I'm going to say, those of you who would like to come on a retreat, start saving up now. I'm going to put out the information next month that you can pay partially and be here. Because during the retreat, I really, really noticed two things. How much work I have to do. Yes, we are all in our heads. You have listened many of my podcasts where I say things. But when it comes to the practice, we are extremely weak over there. We don't practice. We think we practice, but we don't. And that made me to realize, so much work. So much work is ahead of us. And I want you to live the life of your higher self, where you are filled with love, kindness, and care. So that's all my mission. I've said that over and over again, that I would do all of that in that so-called for free, and that's why many things will be very affordable price, just because to cover the cost. But I only wish that if one person or two people go away from there of knowing who they are and trusting that they have this love, the same way like the food was in front of them. But they couldn't wait for another 2 minutes because they're afraid that it's going to go away, or I'm not going to have it, or it's not there. Meanwhile, you're with your eyes, you're able to witness that it's already right in front of you. You can wait another 2, 5, or 10 minutes. The food is going to stay there. Will it get cold? Maybe yes. But it is in front of you and it's not going anywhere. And same is with your twin flame. Your twin flame is already in front of you. Your twin flame is loving you. It's only you who believes that it does not. It's only you, because then you don't love yourself. That's how simple it is. These factors, what we have been said, that twin flame is your mirror. Yes, twin flame is your mirror. Every single action you're doing. And the more you're going to go within, the more you practice going within, the more you're going to discover of who you are. And don't make yourself that favor. On Sunday, I hope those of you who were on the retreat can come and talk about this. Because I know that you will not like that information, in the sense that saying, oh, becoming your higher self, what is this? I want my twin flame back to my life. I've been on the same place. And this is why I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to judge you at all. But I'm also here to say that don't make decisions that are based on ego and not love. That you make decisions in a rush of not loving yourself, of not knowing who you are, and not trusting the universe that everything will work out exactly how it's supposed to, and you feel enormous amount of inner peace. And this is magic. This is something that no one can take away from you, and you feel like, I'm creating my dream life. I am my higher self and creating my dream life. And if your twin flame joins that, it's fantastic, and I'm so happy for that. But that's not the end goal. And whoever is telling you that this is the end goal is lying to you. I'm going to be very honest with that. If that happens and you're going to serve all together, that's wonderful. But the goal is to become your higher self, to be connected of who you really are and receive this love from the deepest, deepest essence. And then you heal, and then you love, and then you are the one that brings the light to this world over darkness. We were able to receive also witness darkness on our retreat, and how light always wins. Love and light always wins. So just make sure that you are going to practice this. And so, who are so-called of twin flames, and how do you know that you are really on this journey? How do you really know in terms of, like I said, you can try to do this time. One of the things, you can try to say, I had enough. I will no longer listen to any twin flame information, which I would also highly recommend to detox down a little bit from tarot. And I'm not against the tarot, but have a 30-70%, which means listen to tarot for 30% and 70% meditate, journal, channel, breath work, kundalini, yoga. All of that fit into this. And of course, again, if you feel that you would like me to be your guide to get there, sign up for the email list. And I'm really saying to everybody, those who haven't received emails, sometimes please make sure you sign up for the email list. Or if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I'm not here to force anything. I'm just going to say, if it's your time, it's your place, then it's going to happen. And everything that you do, be aware of that, okay, this is helping me to get there. I'm feeling myself, because the love is all inside of you. We were able to witness that with our breathwork session, that you can take yourself to the level where you no longer feel your body, you no longer are control of your body, and you are somewhere else. You're somewhere else, just with your breath. Just with your breath. No psychedelics, no ayahuasca, no nothing. And you're going to get there. And we had a short session. And it was extremely liberating for some people. And I'm going to say, everything that you're going to experience, if you are really want to have this ultimate love, if you want to be this ultimate love, it depends how much you're going to invest into yourself. Invest in your energy. This is something priceless and no one can take away from you. This is with you. Which means even, let's say, something happens to your twin flame, and life happens. You know that you're forever connected. You know that you already have it. This practice has to come within. And I'm going to talk about this in the next episode a little bit more, about the let go and surrendering. Because that came out very quickly, how we have these words of letting go and surrendering. Say, yeah, I'm already surrendering. I'm already letting go. Yes, I'm already there. And then I put you in a practice of letting go and surrendering, letting go into the unknown. And you can immediately see you're not even close to that. You're not close to the fact that things will go as it goes, that things will happen when they're supposed to happen, that you surrender, that you already have it and you're connected regardless when it's going to come. And that was another eye-opening for me that, wow, we have so much work. And the retreats are so called, I have to continue with them. Were they difficult for me? Of course. Of course, for me to be around any kind of low vibration is something that takes like enormous amount of energy for me to stay there. And there was a lot of times where I heard over, like I heard these words such as, oh, I hate this, I hate doing that, I don't want to do this is ridiculous. And I remember there was a situation, I was walking down this, there was something with a heater, and I had to switch on the heater, and I said, oh, I hate these heaters because I don't understand them. And that reflected on me. I was like, ooh, what a language. What a language is that? That's a very low vibrational. Instead of saying to the heater, I'm sorry, I don't understand you at this moment, I'll try to figure it out, I get there. But since there was so much energy around, but since I can consider my self-awareness and quite strong, it made me to really to stop for a moment and said, what words? Why to use these words? And that was shocking. That was very shocking for me, because I realized how darkness can bring you very quickly down. And that's why being around high energy, the ultimate love energy, uplifts you as well. But if there is a darkness, it will start pulling you down. And that's why for the future, I'm going to say, here is something that's going to come in this group that I've been doing. And so from here on, like I said, we are going to have two really different things. I'm going to have an exclusive real twin flame group where you're going to get by invite only when I know that you are on this journey. When you have passed by all the tests and all the things I say and that are coming through. And then for others, it's an open where we're going to discover where we are on this journey or not. I realized I can't put together two different worlds. One is who is already ahead of others, and one who is just trying to figure out. So one day, if you are on my email list and you receive the invitation for the exclusive club of twin flames and true twin flames, then you are part of it. And if you are not, then that's okay too, because I'm really not here to sell you an illusion or keep you on a hook. For me, it is pretty much a faster you will get to become your higher self and connect with your soul, the faster, the happier I am, so-called. I have my so-called business structure, if you can say so. It's most probably the worst business structure, because I would like to get you to the closest of your higher self as soon as possible, not to hold you for one call to another, for one exercise to another, to keep you in a loop. No, I would like you to get there as soon as possible, because I can also notice how much work the world needs. And if you are higher self and you go in and do that, what you're supposed to do, from your heart, we're going to save this so-called planet and the frequency. But just even seeing with 13 people in a house, and we think of we are 8 billion in this world. And those of us who are not on this journey, and it's like, I want this way, this has to happen my way. And if I don't have this, and I don't like to be treated like that, and I don't like to be this, and I don't like to be that, then I'm realizing, wow, only with 13 people we have these needs and wants and how the world has to revolve around me. Not that you revolve around the world. And realizing that every single thing that comes on your way, every single person who comes on our way is a link in between for you to come to the so-called 3D union. So that's why I say there's no separation. There's no separation. You're always connected with your twin flame. And through twin flames, on that day when we had the retreats, we're able to connect with their twin flame, and whether in 5D or 3D, but they were able to connect and feel it, and truly feel it. And that's why I'm just going to say, if your twin flame is with somebody else, it doesn't mean that they don't love you. But you're creating that illusion that they don't love you because you have a problem with trusting yourself, that you are the love. And that's okay too. I'm not here to say, oh, take the blame, this is who you are. No, not at all. I have been through all of these stages. I know exactly. But the question, if we often are seeking whether I am on this journey or not, or am I making this journey up, can only come inside of you and also when you connect with your higher self. That's why, for example, I'm also going to say that for the retreats, and this is just one thing, for the next retreat, only you can attend when you had the first consultation call with me. That's only. It's not open for public. It's not open for anybody who feels. There are different retreats for that. Only for those who would really like to become their higher self, you can only get there having a first call with me. That is something essential. That is something needed. And like I said, the exclusive club, for them, there will be different exercises. For them, there will be different support. For them, it will be different all. So, yeah, that's what we discovered of who is really a true twin flame. And I'm going to say again, your best investment of this year would be to save for the retreat. Come and witness the true love and true connection within your own eyes. That's how it is. And I'm just going to end this retreat of what did I learn about myself or from that retreat. And number one, I learned about the fact that I have so much work to do. I know I sit here and I record episodes and I tell you what to do and I tell you the books to read, such as The Power of Now, The Alchemist, You're Not Dying, You're Just Waking Up, Joe Dispenza books, and I tell them to do. But now just take a moment to pause and think, have I read it? Did that change something inside of me? Am I living it? And you need to live the power of now. And the only way to do that is with practice. You have to understand that information is here to live and practice it, not to take it and go with it. What else did I learn about myself? That how much inner peace I actually have comparatively where I was a year ago, and self-awareness. Like things can happen around me and I'm able to stay calm. I'm able to see through it. I'm able to stay there in that moment, exactly in that moment, and not to run away from the moment, not to hide from the moment, but stay there. And during the retreat, I made a lot of people uncomfortable on purpose. I made them uncomfortable because we can only find ourselves in a discomfort. Only there. And that was, again, another big reflection, how we can see who is on this journey and who is not. We talk about being in the present moment. We talk about it, but at the same time, we worry what comes tomorrow and what comes in 1 hour. Everything will happen to you when it's supposed to happen. You just need to set an intention, and then you trust. And I see how much we are unable to trust. We don't trust the universe, and we don't trust ourselves. So that's another big thing I have to learn how to give. And another thing is that when I've been telling all of these things what to do, and this was another big lesson for me, I have always that desire that you would feel the same way. I'm like a little kid who, when I've discovered something that have changed my life or changed me, I want others to experience it so badly. I'm always like, go, let's do this, let's do that. You will feel it, you will know it, it will change your life. I always carry my friends everywhere, and then I'm just so excited. Like I'm telling, I'm like a little kid. But I noticed something with that, and that when people ask me, how can I be so calm? How can I enjoy the life and feel the life and be the life and be the connection? And then I realized it's because of me. It's not because of, how do I say, I rely on others. It's my own energy. It's me who has created this reality. And now I had to go all the way back and think about it. How can I induce for others that love, that connection, that everything? How can I do that? And that's quite challenging. That's a quite challenging one. So, but again, the challenge is here for me to bring the love and light. So, and of course, I'm going to say a huge thank you for each one of the person who came on a retreat. Even for those who were not part of that journey eventually. Because you were able to be my teachers. You were able to give me something that I realized I need to bring into this world. And you were able to show me something magical. And also for others who are on this journey, I really hope that you feel that love now. Definitely the next retreat is going to be longer. That was the fact I realized that it was a bit too short. And we need extra days. But, we live, we learn, we grow. And I'm extremely thankful for everybody. But about the retreat itself, you can hear from the Patreon. I will not put it out for the public, as this is really for those who are willing to invest into the journey. And I realized I will no longer so-called invest into black holes. And I realized that about myself. Like I said, I'm willing to give everything for free, my time for free, my knowledge for free, everything. Because all I want, and I know it sounds crazy, but all I want is for you to experience what I experience. That inner peace, that self-awareness, that love, that trust for life. But I noticed that that was the biggest lesson. Where am I going to invest into the black hole? Or I'm going to invest towards the light? And then this was something I had to, because with black hole, it's going to suck you. I want free consultation because I don't have that. I want free this and that. I need to have this. This is part of it. So, and that took away the magic that I could have invested into those who are light and love. So I'm just going to say that even though, yes, I always, when somebody asks me, I've given a free consultation or I've been giving free things, and I will continue doing them some way or another. But I'll be very careful of how far it will go. So I will not give down to the darkness, but I will also be very careful of seeing, if I see the results, if I see the work has been done, I don't mind. It's never about the money for me. Never ever. But something I had to learn. Anyways, I hope you got some kind of information out of it. Like I said, this Sunday we are going to have our next Patreon call. And I think our retreat guests will come by and tell them what happened to them and how did they see it. Because like I said, everyone's reality was different, and I'd be happy to hear their part of the reality and what changed inside of them and how do they feel a week after. Then and that will be our final call where we're going to talk and discuss. After that, we will go into the workshops. So those who are on Patreon can join all the workshop, meditation workshops, connecting with your higher self workshop, breathwork workshops, Kundalini workshops. We are going to discuss about our growth through books, through journaling. All of these workshops are coming up because I would like you, at least this is my little dream, that those of you who are listening, at 5 people out of 5 people at the end of the year will come to me and say, I now get it. And thank you forever for letting me to be my higher self, because that's where the magic happens. And that's where the magic happens. And yeah, those who would like to have a call with me, would like to connect with their higher self, channeling is of course the most powerful way to connect with your higher self. I had on this Monday a call with a beautiful guy, and he said, it makes me to finally feel that I'm not crazy, that my higher self constantly talks to me, but I don't understand if it's my higher self or my ego. And sometimes our higher self is a little crooked, huh? It's a little more than you were expecting. Higher self is not only kind and sweet and soft. Every higher self is different. You just need to find yours. Anyways, I'm talking. Listen to the other episode on Patreon to get to know about the retreat, things that happened, things that we discovered. And here I hope you had an understanding who are the real twin flames. Lots of love and light, and see you very soon.